You have been feeling different lately. Not in the vague, something has shifted way. In the specific, unusually awake, I know what I want and I actually feel ready to reach for it way that has not always been available to you. There is a sharpness to the clarity right now. A quality of knowing that feels more like information than feeling, less the yearning of someone who hopes, and more the recognition of someone who can see. The thing you have been circling for months, maybe longer, the decision you have been approaching and then stepping back from, the version of yourself you have been almost inhabiting, the claim you have been almost making, it feels closer right now. More possible. The courage that has been inconsistently available to you feels more consistently available in these specific days than it has in a while. That is not your imagination. That is Mars in Aries. And before I tell you what it means that this window is closing, I need you to understand what this window has actually been, so that the urgency of what I'm about to say lands with the full weight it deserves. Mars is the planet of action, courage, and forward movement. It is the force that drives bold choices, that makes risk feel navigable, that gives a person the specific quality of energy required to reach for something they are not yet certain they deserve. When Mars is in Aries, its home sign, the sign where Mars operates at its most powerful and its most direct, that energy is not available in the cautious, qualified form it takes in other signs. In Aries, Mars is accelerated, unfiltered, the most direct version of the courage to act that exists in the astrological calendar. We are in the final days of that window. Mars is moving toward the end of Aries. When it crosses into Taurus, the energy shifts from the fire of reaching and claiming to the earth of building and consolidating. Taurus Mars is the energy that solidifies what has been built, that plants what has been seeded and tends it across a longer timeline, that is patient and persistent where Aries Mars was urgent and bold. Both are necessary, but they are not interchangeable. And the specific thing that Aries Mars makes possible, the specific quality of karmic momentum and energetic support for bold movement, belongs to the window that is now in its final days. What this means practically is this: the clarity you have been feeling, the readiness that has been more available than usual, the courage that has been showing up in the moments when you approach the thing you have been circling. That is the window. That is Mars in Aries giving you the specific energetic support that turns an internal knowing into an actual claim. And that window is about to close. Karmic claiming is a real thing, not as a spiritual concept to be believed or disbelieved, as the actual functional. This is how cosmic timing operates reality of how certain moments in life work. There are specific windows in which the universe makes something available in a form that requires active reception, in which something that has been in the position of being potentially yours, the purpose, the person, the version of yourself, the direction, the abundance, requires a specific, conscious, conviction-level decision from you in order to move from potentially yours to actually yours. This is not the universe testing you. It is the universe offering you the energetic conditions that make a real claim possible, and waiting for you to make the claim that activates those conditions on your behalf. The claim is not a grand gesture. It does not require a dramatic external action, a speech, a confrontation, a risk taken in front of witnesses. The claim is internal. It is the specific moment in which you decide, with full conviction, without the hedging and the if it's meant to be and the we'll see, that this is yours, that you are worthy of it, that you are no longer willing to wait at the edge of it or circle around it or negotiate yourself into accepting a smaller version of it. The moment that decision is made with genuine, full conviction clarity, not hoped for, decided, it becomes karmically binding. The energy of that decision resonates outward into the circumstances of your life and begins organizing what is around you in the direction of what you claimed. Mars in Aries is the specific energetic support that makes that internal decision land with maximum force. The same decision made under Mars in Taurus is real but slower, softer, less immediately resonant in the energetic field. The same decision made under Mars in Aries is immediate. Electric. It lands in the field of your life like a stake in the ground. This is where I stand. This is what I am claiming. This is mine. and the universe receives it at full volume. What does the claim actually look like in your day, in the next hours, in the final days of this window? It looks like stopping the negotiation, the internal conversation in which you have been talking yourself down from the full size of what you want has a moment in which you simply stop, in which you choose not to begin the familiar adjustment, not to reach for the realistic, not to remind yourself of all the reasons the full version might not be available to you. You stop that conversation. You let the full version stand unchallenged. And you say, internally, with the specific quality of someone who means it, "This is mine." It looks like the decision you have been almost making, the one you have been approaching and then stepping back from, the one that requires you to believe in yourself at a level that has felt marginally too large for the evidence available. In the window of Mars and Aries, that decision is available to be made now, not with perfect certainty, not with all the evidence lined up in your favor, not with the guarantee that the claiming will be immediately confirmed by external circumstances. With conviction, with the specific quality of a person who has decided that the thing they are claiming is theirs, and who is no longer operating from the position of someone who is waiting to find out. It looks like the boundary that sets the terms of what you accept, the one that has been forming in your awareness but has not yet been expressed, because expressing it meant believing that what you deserve is what you are asking for rather than what has been available. In the window of Mars and Aries, that boundary can be set with the full force of a person who knows their worth and is no longer negotiating it. It looks like the step toward the thing you have been standing in front of, not the whole journey. The first, actual, no longer just approaching step. The one that moves from the edge of the thing into the actual territory of it. That is the claim. Make it today, in these final days of the window. While Mars in Aries is still providing the specific energetic support that makes it land with full force. When Mars moves into Taurus, the energy of the window closes. This is the specific, time-limited nature of what is available right now, and it is important to understand it clearly rather than softening it in a way that lets you feel there is always more time. What was claimed under Mars in Aries gets consolidated and delivered under Mars in Taurus. It becomes the thing that Taurus energy builds from, the established fact of the claim that the patient, persistent, building energy of Taurus then tends and grows and delivers in its tangible, material, shows up in your actual life form. What was claimed becomes real. What was built on the claim becomes solid. What was not claimed enters the longer, slower cycle of a Taurus Mars that is oriented toward building rather than reaching. The energy to make the bold claim, the specific, Mars in Aries quality of courage and conviction, and the feeling of being supported by the universe in the act of reaching for what you want. That energy is not available in the same form under Taurus. The claim can still be made, but it does not carry the same weight, does not land with the same force, does not have the same immediate, electric, "this is mine" resonance in the energetic field. The window for the specific kind of karmic claiming that changes what the next phase of your life is built on is measured in days, not weeks, days. And the hesitation that keeps you from making the claim, the "we'll see," the "if it's meant to be," the negotiating yourself down from the full size of what you want before you've even reached for it. That hesitation has a cost in this specific window that it does not have in ordinary time. The window is still open. Right now, in these final days, the specific energetic support for the claim you have been approaching is fully available. The clarity you have been feeling is real. The courage that has been more accessible than usual is real. The readiness that has been arriving without full explanation is real. It is Mars in Aries delivering the conditions for exactly this kind of claiming in the final days of its availability. What you claim right now is yours to keep. The claim you make in these days, with the full conviction that Mars in Aries supports, gets locked in, gets consolidated under the Taurus energy that follows, gets delivered in the tangible, material, actual circumstances form of the next phase of your life. What you came here to have, The purpose, the connection, the abundance, the identity, the version of your life that finally fits the size of who you actually are, is available to be claimed right now. In these days, while the window is still open, while the energetic support for the bold conviction level, no longer negotiating with your self-claim, is at full force. Don't let this close without reaching. Don't let the hesitation and the we'll see and the if it's meant to be cost you the window that has been building toward this specific claiming for longer than you know. The door is open. The key is in your hand. The claim is available. Make it now, while Mars and Aries is still behind you. What you claim in these final days is yours to keep.